Milo, you're on with Wayne Root. How are you?
Thank you. Now, after that introduction, I thought you were going to say, we only have presidents or vice presidents or huge stars, but none of them are available, so here's Milo. But no, that was a very...
No, you got to have a big personality to outshine Wayne Root, okay? I got a big personality. At least for a straight guy, I got a big personality. But you have a great personality, and I love having you on the show. You're a lot of fun. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, first of all, are you out there talking at colleges now? Forget about Berkeley. Can you actually get on college campuses without them egging you and harassing you or trying to hurt you?
Well, they're trying. I am booked currently for Halloween. We're calling it Halloween because, of course, we are. At Cal State Fullerton on the 31st. That show is almost completely sold out. It's going to be great. We have 5,000 people on change.org trying to stop us from speaking there. Wonderful petition against my appearance, which I always take as a huge compliment. At the time I'm doing something right.
It is. But you need like 5,000. Don't you need 5,000 security if you're going to be there with 5,000 people?
Well, I can tell you, my security bill every year runs very comfortably into six figures, which is exactly how the left wants it. They want it to be as complicated, as expensive, as terrifying, and as time-consuming as possible to be a conservative in public life. Well, they can scare some people off, but they can't scare me. The Cal State Students' Union are about to pass a resolution formally condemning me, which has the effect of doing precisely nothing. But if they want to get out of it.
Milo, condemning you for what? For being a conservative and having opinion? What, is that against the law?
I don't know. I mean, yes. Yes.
I guess, wait. Being gay and a conservative could be against the law according to liberals. Maybe that's what it is, right?
Well, I think they'd like it to be, because it explodes the idea of identity politics. It explodes this crazy idea that just because you're a woman or black or gay that you have to have a particular set of ideological positions. I wander in and just blow up that whole supposition just by existing, and they really, really hate me for it.
Well, let me ask you about this whole scandal in Hollywood, because you're kind of in that whole world. So am I, by the way. Just, my background. I started out as an actor and a game show host and a talk show host in Hollywood. I was up for the biggest game shows in Hollywood. Merrill Heater, the great producer, picked me to be the guy who hosted Gambit on TV after Chuck Woolery. So, I mean, my background is Hollywood.
I thought you were going to say you were the hot girl who points at the microwave just before you win.
No, I'm a straight guy, not a girl. I'm not transgender or cross-dresser, none of that. But I do produce reality shows today, and I've got several successful ones on TV. So my life has been as a producer and an actor and a host around Hollywood and Hollywood people. And I'm Jewish, by the way, by birth. So I always get along with Hollywood people, even though we have nothing in common politically. We're diametrically opposed. In everything else, we kind of have a lot in common. So I tend to get along with Hollywood people as long as we don't discuss politics. But I want to know from your perspective, this whole Harvey Weinstein issue, to me, it's terrible, but it's the whole Hollywood. It's nothing new. This isn't breaking new ground. It's the first time anyone's come out and talked about it. But sexual harassment and the casting couch have been ingrained as a part of every Hollywood TV show and movie since the beginning of time, in my opinion. Go ahead, shoot.
Well, I have a lot less
Milo, you
admiration.
There? Did we lose you? There you go.
I'm sorry about that.
Got you back.
I have a lot less admiration for the actresses who have come out supposedly bravely, risking the Rose McGowans and all the rest of it, after decades of getting rich and famous by staying quiet, and in some cases, in Rose McGowan's case, for instance, by taking money. I'm far less impressed with them than I am by Courtney Love, who in 2005 said, "Don't go to parties with Harvey Weinstein," than I am with the two Coreys, the boys who said even more extraordinary things on Barbara Walters' show. Barbara Walters, by the way, supposedly the grandmother of America, who has consistently tried to hush up people's stories when they've told their tales of horror in Hollywood. I'm not impressed by any of these people, because what they did was they stayed quiet until it was more professionally advantageous to speak up than to stay shut.
Correct.
And frankly,
Milo, wait, don't leave something out. Milo, I want to make sure you don't leave something out. Not only did they keep quiet till it made their careers better, and they think they might have a comeback because now they're a hero talking about it, but if they had come out 10 years ago, they would have saved the next 30 girls that came along, and instead they shut up and let them all get raped or assaulted because they kept collecting the money.
Exactly, and it's probably not 30 girls. In Harvey Weinstein's case, I think he actually had a conveyor belt installed at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It sounds like they were just dropping off the production line every 20 minutes.
But you're a guy to ask this question. I'm certain that the harassment, the rape, and the abuse goes into the gay Hollywood community just as much as the straight Hollywood community. If you're gay and you want a job on a TV show and there's a gay producer involved, he's going to have a casting bed just as well as a straight one does, correct?
Well, I lived there in 2008, and I was on some of the boat parties, and I went to some of the pool parties. I never explicitly saw anything that for sure was underage or exploitative or involved drugs, but there was that atmosphere for sure. And it's one of the reasons that I left so quickly. And I'm sure that horrible things go on there that I didn't get the chance to see because I didn't stick around because I hated it.
Well, you weren't an actor, though, right? In other words, you're not an actor.
No, but I hung out at their parties because I was dating somebody who was pretty big in Hollywood. So, I saw enough to know that it was not for me. And I got out of there within 6 months because it was just not my world at all. And the people I thought were horrendous. I can't honestly say that I explicitly with my own eyes saw anything that I knew for sure to be illegal or exploitative, but there was a general atmosphere of sex and drug-soaked kind of hedonism and there were a lot of older, less attractive men and a lot of younger, more attractive, young 20-year-olds or whatever. And yes, I think that exactly the same thing goes on no matter what your orientation. Maybe it's worse for the gays, I don't know.
Yeah, if you're looking for a job and the producer's straight or gay, whatever he or she is, I'm sure there's plenty of lesbian pressure for women who want a part in a job if it's a lesbian producer or a lesbian director.
That's the worst of all, isn't it? I mean, that's the worst of all. I mean, I can imagine if I really wanted it badly enough, I could close my eyes and maybe get down with it about being forced into lesbianism really is the pit.
You're crazy. Let's move on to another topic, because here's one that drives me crazy. Look, let's be honest. My audience at Newsmax is all a bunch of, kind of straight people who are Republicans, right? So they never get exposed. I spent a lot of my time in Hollywood. I know lots of gay people. They don't. Most people sitting at home in middle America, Republican, go to church on Sundays, they never get a chance to meet someone gay. So when I want to ask you how the gay community accepts the fact that the Democratic Party is so friendly to Muslims and Muslim causes, and they're always defending Muslims, where in a Muslim nation, a gay man or a gay woman, for that matter, is exploited, is dropped off roofs, is raped, is destroyed, is acid thrown in their face. There's no worse abuse in this world than being a gay person in a Muslim country, and yet the Democratic Party is friendly with Muslim interests, but it's also so friendly with the gay community. How the hell do they ignore that fact?
I guess all it proves is that gays are just as devoid of reason as women. I'm kidding. But we maybe it's our female brains kicking in. I'm just joking. It does worry me. It is bizarre how.
But you have this debate from time to time, right?
Faculties,
Do you have this debate in the gay community that, radical Islam is not exactly your friend, and Donald Trump stopping Muslims who are refugees from coming into this country may be protecting gays from another Pulse nightclub? Doesn't anyone in the gay community recognize that?
Well, I do, but I'm not really in the gay community because it's not a world that I like to operate in, because I think they're just as bad as, well, they're awful too. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only gay guy in America with any sort of logic, reason, or good sense intact. But I can tell you that I have been completely blacklisted from anything remotely approaching, gay society, gay cocktail parties, gay influence and power lists, gay journalism, gay magazines.
Unbelievable. So gay liberals are like liberals in general. If liberals in general don't like you, they want to ban your speech. So gay liberals want to ban you the way colleges want to ban you.
Sure, but, like the bloggers from New York or campus feminists or whatever, they're nothing in bitchiness and ostracism compared to the gays. You imagine being blacklisted, being blackballed by gays. They turn this stuff into a high art form. It's savage.
Hey, Milo, we got to run. Thanks for coming on. Tell us how we could find your book, Dangerous.
Oh, thank you so much. Just go to dangerous.com. You can find the book. We've also, very excitingly, just announced our second book from my publishing house, Dangerous Books, which is Pamela Geller's Fatwa, about how she became who she is and her journey from a New York socialite into, one of the great freedom fighters in America. She's a hero of mine. I'm very happy to be publishing her book. So you can go find.
Thank you, Milo. Thank you, Milo, and Pamela Geller's a hero of mine too. Milo, great job.
You didn't, frankly, have the balls to put country before party.